So I wanted to do a video mostly about relationships, right? But I made that video the other day about, haters and, understanding the law of projection and reflection and knowing that that's really coming from within other people and not to claim and own that bullshit, right? So a big thing, though, that you do have to understand and take heed to when it comes to that. Yes, that is facts. That is applicable. That is the way that it works. However, that is not to say, one, if I may add, that criticism is not healthy or necessary in life. It is really important to have people around you that not only support you, encourage you, and believe in you, but also people that are going to help call you out on your bullshit in the most loving way, with the best intentions. Because I mean, realistically, no one's perfect. We all have our shit, and you should strive every day though to work on that shit and to release that shit and to be a better person, right? Now, one thing though that is important to understand is that self-reflection, okay? Because when you hear people say things like, I can never find a good man, or there's no good real men in the world anymore, or vice versa, right? And I made a post about this. Now, you have to understand very key things about the laws of the universe, okay? The laws in which God gave us and the universe, in order to govern and keep the flow of the flow, to be able to create and manifest that highest sense of balance as a collective one, right? So these are very important things, and that this is how that things work, and it's gonna apply in every aspect, if ever applicable, every time. If that makes sense. So, with that being said, from my last video, yes, people's negative energies, criticisms, shit talking, down talking, and putting down, that people do to you is a reflection of their own projections of their own self, that they need to go inside and look at their own selves and see why it is that they're seeing those things in other people, because it will always come back to self. However, understand this as well. Okay, this is a big part of it. Self-reflection, acceptance, care, self-realization, owning up to who you are, what you've done in your past, mistakes that you've made, never regrets, because everything has brought you to this point in life, and all for purpose and reason, whether lessons learned or needed to learn or didn't learn. Okay, so all part of the process, all for the most part, other than free will, predestined. Now, so with that being said, with the way that things work, not only is that true with other people and the things that they try to put on you, that, subconscious or consciously you end up owning up to things that you do not need to be owning up to, and that it's someone else's bullshit, right? But you have to understand as well, like I said, the deepest part of that is the self-reflection of it, because starting with self, if you are somebody who says, my ears are like little and big at the same time. If you're somebody who says, I can never find a good man, baby girl, with all due respect, and knowing that this is, or please know that this is coming from a genuine place of love, acceptance, no judgment, because I have been there myself, feeling like same shit, different nigga, feeling like, niggas ain't shit, but hoes and tricks, you feel me? And honestly, you have to be able to stop and take a second to step outside of your own perspective, your own reality, your own illusion that you have created or allowed, your environment and surroundings to help you create these realities of thinking that way, because you must be able to be open to understanding the perspectives. Now, even if you take this only as that, even if you don't believe what I'm saying and you just take this as perspective or possibility, that's all I ask, okay? So not only do the laws of projection and reflection, apply to how people treat each other, but and but it also, in a deeper way, is going to come back to self and apply to how we think about ourselves. If you are not attracting a good man, or if you are not attracting a good woman, you in turn have to be able to put your pride aside, go within yourself, and accept and understand why it is that isn't happening for you. Because essentially that means you are not projecting a good woman or a real man of yourself to be able to therefore attract to you a good woman or a good man. Because you will only be able to attract back to you that in which you are putting out and projecting, whether consciously or subconsciously, into the universe. So, everything is based off energies and frequencies, vibrations, right? Whether you want to look at it scientifically, molecules, icons, neurons, I don't know, all the shit, right? Whether you want to look at it scientifically, either way, it all comes back to the fact that we are all that pure, that energy, that part, that piece of God. We are all vibrational beings. And when I say we all, I mean everything that exists, everything in existence, whether that be self, furniture, my hair, your grandma, your fucking car, my glasses. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's alive, whether we conceive it as being alive or not alive. Everything is made of energy. Energy is alive and never dies. It only transfers, and therefore everything is alive and everything is vibrating at a certain frequency to be able to form the objects and the things or the illusions or whatever that it is that we see or that are there. I mean, assumptively, which is very intriguing thought for me to think actually, but I mean, assumptively, I would think that something to do with maybe law of commonalities or modalities or something like that has to do with the knowing of those vibrations and the levels. Like, I mean, if you're going to form a couch, if you're an energy that's here to form an object, you have to be vibrating at a certain frequency to be able to attract other object, the same object forming energy. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I'm sure like a couch energy is going to vibrate different than a cow. You feel me? To be able to form a cow or a couch. I don't know. Anyways, that's just a random thought I just had. But anyway, so with that being said, we are all here vibrating on a different level, on a different frequency and different vibration. So if you think about the fact that the universe doesn't differentiate or pick and choose between the good energy and the bad energy. It's going to go with every time what is being projected and the highest frequencies of the projections. So if all you think about is how you never attract a good man, how you always have bitches that ain't shit and act like hoes and tricks, and you always have niggas that or men who use and abuse you, put you down, put their hands on you and things like that. And if you subconsciously are submitting out to the universe, this is what it always is. It's never going to be anything different. I'm never going to have a real relationship. I'm never going to have love or genuine companionship. That is because that is what you are projecting. So therefore, that is what will reflect back to you. It starts with self. You must go within yourself, be able to open yourself up out of love and acceptance of your own self. Accept your humanness and your flaws and know that nobody is perfect. And once you're able to let go of your inhibitions and you're really able to be yourself, be your authentic self, be true to yourself, true to your character, true to, what you believe in and what you think and the things that you stand for. When you're able to do that and not worry about anybody else or what anyone else thinks, or, if anyone else is ever going to love you, or if you're ever going to be happy with a man, if you stop thinking about those things and instead project that self-confidence and that self-love, you are naturally going to elevate and start to vibrate at a higher frequency. Therefore, begin to attract those genuine and really, unconditional relationships that it is that you're looking for and that you actually want and desire. So just anyways, just, I just put that out there. You don't have to accept what is true for it to be truth. But I hope that you hear me so that you guys can manifest and bring to you, all the things that you deserve, as we all do. That love, happiness, genuine relationships. Peace out, y'all.